in. Welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. I think I might be a minute late. I'm telling you, since the time change, all of my clocks seem to be on a different time. So I was looking at the wrong clock. So sorry I'm a second late here. Let me jump on to my other device and find me here. Here I am. Hello everybody, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Kristen Conant and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I am in Ludington, Michigan. As a reminder over some of the things happening at Stampin' Up! Right now, we have the Craft Brushed with Beauty class that you can sign up for. The class is going to be held online and it is on November 20th. Now, this is geared around the Brushed with Beauty suite of products. Do you have to have them? Nope. You can participate in the class, sign up for it. It's $30 for the class. And you can use, of course, products that you have on hand, but they are going to be focusing on the Brushed with Beauty. Again, the class is held on November 20th. It's 2 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 4 o'clock here, Michigan time. So sign up for that. There are still some advent calendars left. They are $99 and there are 12 doors to open, and in addition to the calendar, the 12 doors, you get a stamp set that is loaded with all kinds of images, and everything that's in the advent calendar coordinates with that. So check that out before they're gone. It's only while supplies last and exclusive products. Also, as a reminder, you have until the 10th of November to sign up for November's paper pumpkin. So we are quickly drawing to a close on that. Okay, so check that out. That's what's going on at Stampin' Up! What's going on here in the Create with Love studio? It is too late to RSVP for my November classes. And we are quickly approaching the deadline for the first product-based class of December. Product-based classes, you do need to RSVP with prepayment 3 weeks prior so that I can order your products and get them here. Have time to cut your kits and have them ready, because when you come to my card class, you don't have to do the cutting. We want you to stamp and have fun. But December 1st, it's the first Monday in December, so we're kicking off December with a bang. We are going to be focusing on the Peaceful Garden suite of products that is in the current mini catalog. Fee for this class is $60, and you have until November 10th to sign up for this. So if you want to do that class, check out those products. You can check them out online if you do not have a catalog. Again, it is the Peaceful Garden, and it is due to me by November 10th. On Saturday, December 6th, I am hosting a special class. This is called Cookies, Cocoa, and Remembering Memories. It is a memory brag book, if you will, for the Christmas holiday. So if you want a little special something to commemorate your Christmas 2025, what a fun class this is going to be. It's a kit. Everything is prepared. We're just going to assemble them. But as the title of the class says, we're going to have cookies, cocoa, and we're going to be working on the Remembering Memories Christmas kit together that day. It is from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And we are going to be having a lot of fun. So please RSVP so I know how many kits that I need to order. I will have a couple additional kits on hand for last minute people that want to join, but please don't wait till then, because I may not have enough on hand if everyone does that. So try to let me know ahead of time. You do not need to prepay for the class. You can pay the night of class. But please let me know if you'd like to attend for that class. The fee for that class is $30. That does include your kit. Then the next class I have is Monday, December 8th. That is my 10-card class. The 10-card class is a quick way to replenish your card stash at home so you have cards on hand ready to send as occasions arise. All 10 cards are different, and fee for the class depends on how many cards you make, because not everybody makes all the cards. You do not have to prepay for that one. I do, though, need an RSVP, so I have a card kit cut and ready for you for that day. Then the third Monday of the month, December 15th, we are going to do our 6-card class. Our 6-card class, we do 3 different cards, 2 of each. Fee for the class is free with the $30 order placed that day, or a $25 for the class. This is another great way to add to your cards and have those ready to go. Then, oh shoot, I forgot to do it. The December 29th, 7 p.m., we are doing another online exclusive product-based class, and we are going to be using the Brushed with Beauty products. So, I will have more information on that here by the end of this weekend. And then the last thing to mark your calendar for is the catalog launch party that we are doing. We are going to be launching a new mini catalog in January, and my catalog launch party will be Friday, January 2nd at 7 p.m. The at my catalog launch party, of course, is a party, but the new products that I will have purchased will be here so that you can look at them along with some samples. So if you like to see new products up close and personal and see what you can do with them, this might be the thing for you. All right, so that's what's going on here in the Create with Love studio. Are you guys ready? Oh, you know what, real quick before we start, this is the kit for the Memories Cocoa, Cookies and Cocoa. This is the kit. So as you can see, I have not put mine together yet, but everything is right inside here. This is the instructions. It's colored, and everything you need is in here, other than, of course, your pictures. And if there's a couple of tools that you like to use when you're stamping and crafting, you might want to bring those along too. But we're going to have so much fun, and the cookies are going to be delicious. So, and the cocoa bar, yep, we are going to have a hot cocoa bar. So there's going to be all kinds of hot cocos to pick and things to add into your cocoa. So let's get started on today's projects. I'm going to turn the camera down. So right now you can take a sip of water, get a piece of paper and a pencil, and get ready to craft. I'm going to turn the camera down and around. I do not have a fancy program, so I apologize. If you get motion sickness, now's when you want to look away. Okay, so hold on, here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here we go. What you are now seeing is the cover of the current mini catalog that is good until that new one takes effect. Again, which will be in January. And guess what? We just launched some brand new exclusive products online. So now you can see this is that Brushed with Beauty. This is the products that are going to be used in the Stampin' Up! Class. And yeah, the last of December's class. So all kinds of things to see in here, so go online, check it out. Everything that Stampin' Up! Offers is not in our publications. So if you want to see everything that Stampin' Up! Has to offer, please go online to my store. That is this .net address across here. That'll take you into my store, and you can click on all the different things, look around, and see all the things. So let's take a peek. Let me see, what was... Thought there was something. Oh, there was, sorry. The first class in December, which we are closely approaching. Nope, that's not it. Got to go back a little bit further. Sorry. Hold, please. Almost there. The suite of products that we're going to be using the first Monday in December is here in the annual, mini catalog. It is on page 33, and it is the Peaceful Garden suite of products. The cool thing about this is it's not just for the holidays. So if you're looking at this and going, I don't know. I have heard that from several of my stampers that come here to classes, and after they have been here in the studio and looked at samples created using the suite of products, they have quickly changed their minds. It is stunning in person. It is a greeting set, and then we have a die set with several standalone images, and then we have designer series paper down here that goes well for either Christmas or general occasion. But there is also a specialty paper in the suite of products. There is glimmer paper. So if you like glitter and shiny things, but you don't like the mess of glitter, our glimmer paper is the best because you don't get any shedding. Nope, it is phenomenal, and it is blingy. Love it. Then when everybody sees these flowered gems in person, they do kind of look more like snowflakes than a flower. So again, a great product that can be either winter or general. And then there's a beautiful embossing folder, and this a beautiful silver edged satin ribbon. So again, this is the first product-based class in December. Then, of course, we have our annual catalog, and this is the cover of our annual catalog. If you are not currently working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you'd like a copy of the catalogs, please reach out to me, and I can ensure that you receive your very own copies. Like I said, not everything is in the catalog, so you will still need to go online to look at things. But I know if you're like me, I love having a catalog in my hands to look at things. So today, if you saw my post here that I did yesterday, last night actually, and I said, hurry, the Traditions of Christmas designer series papers back in stock. Here it is. And we are going to be creating our projects today, utilizing this DSP and the double bundle that is in this suite. I have been holding out, waiting, hoping and praying, and prayers were answered that this would hurry up and come back in so I can share the things with you on this. So today's projects are going to be based on this, but don't go away after the projects are done, because I have several samples to share with you other than the ones that we are going to do here, okay? So stick around and see how beautiful this suite is. It is stunning, absolutely stunning. So we have our Christmas greenery set, that is our stamped images, and then we have our traditional labels, which is a greeting set, and then two different sets of dies, of course. These coordinate with this, and these coordinate with this. There are standalone dies in here, but there are dies to cut out the images, and then the images in here help to fill in the different ones. These two images, the swags and the spray, you can actually stamp the images in. So you can stamp them, you can color them, you can do so much with the suite of products. We have this beautiful embossing folder. we have these gems. Now, these gems are still on back order right now, but keep your eye out because you don't know when these will come back. I believe you can go on and click on it, and if it says unavailable, I believe you can click on it to receive a message when items come back in. And then we have this ribbon that we're going to use, and then, of course, the star of the show, this designer series paper. I have just about used up an entire pack of this paper. I'm not even kidding you. Let me show you what I have left. This is it. I have a pile here that is left. That's it. So you can bet last night when I posted that it was back in stock, I have already ordered more designer series paper because I absolutely love this suite of products. So this is the designer paper. I want to show you the other items. This is our gems, and this is our ribbon. Now, this ribbon does have a right side and a wrong side. I don't know if the camera picks that up or not, but this side is a very flat in color, and this side is a very shimmery in color. So when you have it in person, you do see a right side and a wrong side to this. Then, let me see here. Pull out the two bundles. So this is the Christmas greenery bundle. I just have it rubber banded together because I like to keep my dies and my images together. And as you can see, these images fill in the corresponding flowers and shrubs and things in our swag and spray here. And then we have the dies. We have standalone dies. Okay, and then we have ones that cut out the images as well. And it is a photopolymer, meaning it is our clear stamp. And then the second one, this is our greeting set. So we have builders, so you can create your greeting. We have ones that have a complete greeting, so you have options with this one. And then this is the set of dies for each one of these. So you can mix and match and, of course, pair it up. And the great thing about this is if you've already got a greeting set, you can absolutely use this with many other greetings. So it goes beyond just right now. Okay? So we are going to be using those. But let me show you a couple other things. I'm also using a circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. Most of you know that I use these on just about every video that I have done and recorded here. Oh, by the way, if you are not liking, subscribing to my things, do me a favor. Could you please like and follow me? I'm on Facebook under Create with Love. So if you found me, you're here. Welcome. Follow me here, but you can also find me on YouTube under Create with Love. As many of you may know, and some of you may not know, Facebook is no longer letting us hold our videos on Facebook. They delete them after 30 days. So if you cannot find a video here on Facebook anymore, you can find them over on YouTube. I have loaded them onto my YouTube channel. So go over to YouTube, hit the bell, and subscribe to me over there so you get notifications when things are loaded over there as well. In addition to that, I'm using a couple other things. I am using some of our gold foil sheets as the Traditions of Christmas DSP is a specialty paper. Can you see the gold foiling on here? So our gold foil cardstock is a great addition to have with that. And then I'm also using some of our two-tone cardstock. If you haven't checked on us in a while, Stampin' Up! Has new two-tone cardstock. As you can see, there's a lighter side and a darker side. And we have them in all of our colors now. These are great to have a little bit lighter weight. It is lighter weight than our standard cardstock for doing die cuttings and the different things. But this is great cardstock to have for scrapbooking. So lots of different uses for this two-tone cardstock. I love it. So hopefully I can help you look at the two-tone in a different way. Okay, enough of that. Let's get started. Sorry, I wanted to make sure you had all the information that you are going to need. So today's first card is a piece of Old Olive. It is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. And I'm going to line up the corners. And we are going to burnish the edges here. There's my card. Then I need a liner for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I just realized I forgot to cut a piece for the inside. It's okay, I can do that later. I need a piece of white. You'll see here what I'm talking about. I kind of went squirrel moment. A 3 by 3 piece of basic white that I went ahead and die cut my circle out of that I'm going to use. This is from that Stylish Shapes set that I talked about. Then I cut from the Designer Series paper. There are different images in there that are already done. So you don't even have to stamp and color in if you do not want to. There are images that you can die cut. So you can see the other side. So I went ahead and die cut that. Then I have chosen 5 different patterns of the paper. And these are 1 inch by 4 inch strips of paper. You can see the back side. Again, this is why they call it Specialty DSP. Can you see all that pretty gold? I know you're probably thinking, oh, pick that. Well, you could, but in my vision, it clashes too much with this and it doesn't showcase how beautiful that is. So I'm going to be using that side. And then the last piece for this one is, again, a piece of basic white that is 3 1/2 by 1/2 inch. All right. Let me bring in my foam mat, and my greeting is going to be in Old Olive. And so I'm going to open up my Old Olive ink. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm going to be using Old Olive ink, Memento ink, Secret Sea ink, and then I'm also using one of our blending brushes today. Okay? So there is my greeting. Okay. So that one is done. Oh. Leave that open. I need my liner. Sorry. I took the Merry and the Christmas are 2 separate pieces. I simply laid these down on the table, combined them so I can ink it up, stamp it, 1 and done. There we go. Okay, now this one I need to clean because we're going to be using the Merry Christmas several times. So there is that. Now let's put this card together. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. I hope everybody's weekend is off to a fantastic start. I love when the weekend rolls around. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Then this one is going to be my middle piece. So I'm just going to eyeball the middle. So right about there. And I know I want this one. I'm going to turn this for now, just so that I can put my pieces on here. I like to work smarter, not harder, and I was having a hard time getting my placement correctly, going the other direction. So I am going to start with my card on the side. That one's going to go there. This one, put some adhesive on the back of this one. this one is going to go this way. Okay, whoops, down a little bit. Okay, right there. Gonna put adhesive on the back of this one. This one is going to go almost up and down. Okay, then this one, put adhesive on the back of this one. And this one is going to go here, whoops, like so. Okay, and then this one, put adhesive on this one, and this one is gonna go over here like so. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Alrighty. So now I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to put some dimensionals on here and peel these off. Okay, and then my circle is going to go on here like so. My image is going to go on here, but I too want this up on dimensionals. So I've set that on there because I know it's going to hang off the top and the bottom, and that's okay. So I only put my dimensionals in the middle, and then this is going to go on here like so. And now we have our greeting, which I've already stamped. So I want to banner cut my piece, so I'm finding the middle and I make a mark with my snips, and then I just simply make a mark so I can get it centered. And there is one end, and this end's just a skosh too long, so I'm going to chop that off a little bit. Put this back down, find the middle, whoops, of this end. Do the same thing, put a mark, snip up to the mark, and then from corner to that middle mark. There is my tailed ends. Now this is going to go across here, and I'm only going to put dimensionals under these sides so it's up on the circle, because my circle's on dimensionals and my my flowers are on dimensionals, right? So I'm going to put a piece here, and I'm using the edge of my dimensional. Do not let those go to waste. Those are usable real estate as well. So I'm going to flip this over, and then this is going to go across here like so. And now I need to find the gems. So I'm going to open this up, and let's use a couple of gold ones. I'm going to use, let's use this one here. Then I'm going to go the smaller, put one over here, and let's do one whoop, down here. There we go. There is card number 1. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Simple. Again, I die cut that out, added a couple other things, and voila, you have a card, right? Okay, this next card, let's talk about the pieces again. This time I am using a piece of basic red that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, line up your corners and your edges. Take a bone folder and burnish it so it lays nice and flat. Then I have a piece of basic white 4 by 5 1/4. This is for my inside. And this is what I forgot to cut for my last one. See, I'd pick one of those designer paper and then put a piece down here, but I forgot that. But I can do that later. But this one I remembered. It's a 1/2 inch by 4 inches, and that's going to go on our card on the inside. Then I need a piece of designer paper that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to be out here. Then I need a piece of Secret C that is 2 7/8. That's almost to the 3 by 4 1/8. And then I picked another designer paper that was 2 3/4 by 4. That's why that one was the 8th. And then I took a piece of Pool Party that was 2 by 4 inches, and I took one of the labels dies, and I went ahead and cut out my label that I need. And then I took some old olive cardstock and cut out my holly leaves, and then I also cut out a gold holly leaf. And then I have a piece of the ribbon that is 5 1/2 inches. Okay, so let's put our card together. I'm going to put on, actually, I'm going to stamp my greeting first. I still don't trust myself after all these years. I want to put Merry Christmas on the inside. I'm using Secret C as our ink for this one. So I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. There we go. It turned out good. Yeah, I'm not a gambler, in case you couldn't tell. Yep, nope. If it might possibly be a chance of messing up, nope, Kristen won't do it. So I'm putting adhesive on that 1/2 inch piece of DSP. This is going to go on here, like so. Gonna double check it, make sure it's on. And see if it needs to be trimmed. Okay, so now I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one. Oops. Excuse me. This one is going to go on the inside of the card. See how that just dresses it up a little bit? I like that. So now I'm going to take this one, put adhesive on here. I gotta get a drink. Hold, please. This one is going to go on here. Okay. This DSP. Am I making some of you nervous yet with that open ink pad? It's all good. Welcome to those of you who are joining me live. I am not ignoring you. It doesn't show me all the time if somebody's joined. So if you've joined me live, hello. And if you have joined the replay, hello to you. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. And we need some dimensionals on the back of here. So again, I'm going to use up what is around the edges here, because all of that, like I said, is usable. So that's gonna go in the garbage. This one is going to go on here, like so. And then this one needs to go on. Now, in order to put a ribbon on, I like either glue dots or tear and tape. And glue dots here in Michigan can be kind of fickle because of our weather. When it's cooler weather, sometimes it just does not like to stick very well. So I want to make sure it sticks. So I'm putting a piece of tear and tape down, peeling that up, and then I'm going to take my ribbon and put that across there like so. And then I need to trim this one. Oops, come on. There's that one. And this one actually needs to be trimmed down just a little bit as well. There we go. So it fits within the card. Okay, so there is that. Now let's bring back in my mat. And I am going to take my greeting that says sending love and joy. Inking it up in the Secret C. I can see through my block and my stamps. And there's my greeting. Okay, so there is that. This one is done. Now I'm going to grab my blending brush and my old olive ink, and on these I am going to take my brush and edge my holly. Okay, so you get a little variation in it. Okay. There we go. That looks good to me. So now, let's put the rest of this together. I am going to put adhesive on this one, and this one is going to go over here like so. Put adhesive on this one. This one is going to go over here like so. And then this one, whoops, I'm going to take some of our mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put a dimensional here, and let's do a dimensional here. Oops, my fingers are not cooperating. And then this one is going to go on here like so, and then our greeting needs to go on here. So now let's do some dimensionals here. So that one's going to be overlapped, so I need one down here. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to use my mini ones since they're right here. It's okay. Okay. Put a few on here just to make sure. Okay. Peel off the backings. And then this is going to go across here. Like so. And now we just need some of our gems. Okay, and so I am going to use our green ones on this one. I'm going to do one over here. Go to the small one. That was a medium, a small, and another small. There we go. There is card number 2. What do you think of that one? I'm telling you, this paper makes the cards just gorgeous. Okay, now our last card that we're going to do together, there is a little bit more involved in this one. It is a technique, but it's okay. I promise you it's not that hard. And stick around because I have lots of samples to share with you afterwards, okay? So this is a spin off from one of the cards we did at one of the Stampin' Up! Events online, and I loved it so much I wanted to duplicate it. So my first piece is 1.5 by 4 1/4, and again I took that same label and die cut that out, so that is ready. Then I took another piece of basic white and another label. This basic white is 2.5 by 3.5, and I took that label and cut that out. Then I took a piece of DSP this same size, 2.5 by 3.5, and die cut another label. This same DSP is 4 by 1/2 inch. Okay. Then I have a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. That's our liner. I need another piece of basic white that is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. And then our card base that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to fold this one in half. Okay. And then for the technique part, I took a scrap piece that was 2 3/4 inches wide, and this one happens to be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 to die cut out 2 of the hollies, and you're going to see why here in a minute. And then I took a piece of our two-tone olive cardstock. Remember, I introduced that way in the beginning. I took a piece that was 2 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches long, and I die cut 5 of our holly leaves, and I cut them out on the dark side. Okay, so this is our card base. I'm going to set that aside for now, and I'm going to take my liner and my 1/2 inch piece, and I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one. And this one is going to go here, like so. I like to start dwindling down all of my pieces so it's less mess, less confusing, less congestion, all the things, right? Okay, and I need to stamp my greeting on here. And this one, I'm bringing in the Memento Black, and we're going to ink this up, and this is going to be stamped right there. Okay, set that aside. This one needs adhesive on it. So this was an event that you could have signed up for, and it may still be available to purchase. Because everything is recorded, so you can go back and watch it, right? On a replay, just like you can any of my videos. And there's some super cute projects, but I wanted to share this with you because I had announced the Brush with Beauty class. So this gives you an idea of like what we did at class, and it was so fun. So much fun. So I'm taking this designer paper, and this is the same label, and you might be asking, why are you doing that? Well, our DSP is a little thin and flimsy, and so I just want to reinforce this to give it a little more stability. And so now I'm going to take my snips. You could take a paper trimmer if you want, but you don't have to. And I'm cutting that in half. So you actually have 2 pieces, one for now and one for later. And while I have my foam mat here, I'm going to take my label and Season's Greetings, and I'm going to ink up my greeting. And I'm going to look through my block and stamp it on the label. There we go. So my stamping is now all done. So I'm going to close that, but we're still going to need some ink. And I'm going to bring in a scratch paper just so I don't get ink all over my glass. Now, this is a glass mat. You can still purchase these. These are wonderful for several different things. And if you do it on your glass, you can, of course, wash it off, right? So it's not a big deal. Go ahead and wash it off. But because I'm doing cards with you on here, I don't want to mess on here, and I don't want to have to clean it up. Right? So I'm protecting myself. So I'm taking my blending brush, picking up some ink, tapping off, and on this mask that I cut out, I'm going to blend some ink here and blend ink here. Now the reason I did 2 3/4 is because it's as wide as a piece that I'm using, right? So there is that. Now I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to line it up again. Pick up some ink, tap it off, and let's blend some more. Okay, so you can make that as light or as dark as you want. I'm not going to close that up yet. So this is what I've now got. There's my mask. I can use it for later. But I want to come in with these that I die cut, and just like before, I want to add some color onto these. And it may not look like you're doing much, but once you get them against the white, you'll see that yes, you have added ink to it. Okay, you can pick them up, add some more that way. Okay, whatever you like to do. I'm hoping that I'm not getting ink all over my fingers because of white cardstock. Because you know what I would do. Yeep. All good. Okay. Okay, and one more. Bear with me. Okay. There we go. That looks good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we are going to start assembling our card. So I am going to take this and this one, and I need dimensionals on here. So again, using the edge of my dimensionals, I'm chopping this up into chunks. Okay, and here, sorry for the rocking. That's my glass mat. I have missing legs to my mat, and so it makes my glass mat rock, and it's so annoying. So I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so let's peel off the backings to this. Peeling off the backings. Okay, now this one is going to go over here and just a little bit in. And I'm going to use my glass mat. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to use my glass mat just because there's a grid on here. And I want to go in 1/4 of an inch from the edge approximately. You don't have to be that precise. Okay, there is that. Now I have this, and I need dimensionals on the back of this. And so, put that on, and then I have one more scrap here. Peel this off, and see, so I've used that all now. That can go in the garbage, and grab another one and put that over there. And then this is going to go on here, like so. Okay, now I need my Season's Greetings, and I want this on dimensionals, but I want my dimensionals more toward the middle because I know I need to do some tucking here. So you'll see what I mean here in just a second. So I need to peel off the backings. And then this is going to go right across here like so. Now we have all of these, right? So I'm going to take these now, and I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm going to give my holly just a bit of a curl. Whoops, I want this one. Okay, so that the end of my holly has a little more dimension to it. Okay, like so, and one more. Okay, so now we need to put those on. And so I'm going to use a little bit of my liquid adhesive. And this one is going to get tucked over here. Put a little adhesive on this one. This one is going to get tucked over here. Now we got our 3, so we need adhesive on here. This one is going to go over here. We have this one that's going to get tucked over here like so. And then we have our last one. Odd numbers is more eye-pleasing, and so that's why I have chosen for an odd number. So there is that. Now we just need our gems, and I love these because, watch, we are going to put one here. We are going to put one here, one here. Those are medium ones. Okay, and then I'm going to take a small one. Whoops, I need a medium one first. Well, I could have done that. Oh well. We're going to do a medium one here. Sorry. There's a small one. Need another small one here. There's my hollies, right? And I'm going to take one more gem. Again, odd is more eye-pleasing. There we go. There is our last card. So with a little creativity using the blending brush and our ink, we got that. So here are our cards. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. These are the 3 that we have made together today. We're going to look at some other cards here now in just a second. But let me know which one is your favorite. And please, if you want this designer paper, run over to the site and get it now. Because once it's gone, I don't know if they'll get any more of this in or not for the season. They might have some more on order. I don't know. I'm not at the home office, so I don't know. So don't wait, because I'd be really sad if you wanted to use this and it was all gone. Okay, now let me show you. This is where I got that last card from that we just did. This was one that we did online together, excuse me, at the event. And I don't know if you can see the Wink of Stella on here. I forgot to bring my Wink of Stella pen, but that's okay. Look how pretty. Doesn't matter. And I jazzed mine up a little bit by adding some designer paper. So there are options, right? So there's that one. Then one of the other things we did, that was card number 1 and 2. There's another card here, if I can find it. That we did online with this class, and this is this one. We used the Wink of Stella to color it in. Look how pretty this one is. Designer paper, designer paper. This one we actually stamped our own image and colored it in versus using one that was from the designer paper. Then check this out. We made this home decor piece. Again, using the standalones. We used some of our two-tone old olive paper. We ran it through the embossing folder, and then we used a sanding block, and that's how it looks like it has texture to it. And then our little holly berries die that comes in, we cut those from the designer series paper. And how pretty. This is an, I think, 8 by 8. Yes. Well, it's actually 8.5 by 8.5 ends up being. So, very cool. Love that. And then we did this card together. But wait, there's more, so don't go anywhere. We did this card, which is, again, using all the elements. But look at this fun fold. This is designed, I left this loose, this is designed to put a picture in here. So if you like to send pictures of the family for your Christmas cards, this might be an option for you. This was strictly from designer series paper. Okay, so there is this one. Then let's see, I had a friend that I was in a swap with, Claudia, and she did these cards. Aren't these cute? Again, let the designer paper do the work for you. Then there was this one where she actually stamped the swag stamp set and then colored those in using the designer paper for accents. Then there's this one, a little zhuzh with some bling on there, and that embossing folder. Can you see the embossing folder on there? And then this one, again, quick and simple, so don't throw away your scraps. You can still make a card with your scraps. There's more. I did a 6-card class here, and it was so much fun, and they absolutely loved it. They said, wow, those cards were absolutely amazing. And so I'm going to bring one back out if I can find it. We did this one, which is one I've already showed you, but we did this one. This is to give you an idea of what we do at my product-based classes. Everything is cut for you. You do the stamping, and I walk you through each project step by step. Okay? So this was the first one we did. Then we did this one, and again we used that embossing folder and dressed it up. Okay, then we did, okay, that's 2, and then we did this one, and this one is a fun fold which has a gift card holder, or you could tuck money in there if you like to give money. But there is this one. There's bling there, okay? Then we did this one, which is also a gift card holder, another style of gift card holder, okay? Again, this was die cut. These are all die cut. You stamp the greeting, stamp there. The rest of it is just assembling. So, if you think these are hard cards, they aren't. I break it down and make it super simple for you. This one is a tent card. This is a new one floating around out there. So this opens, and then this opens. It's decorated, and this is why they call it a tent card. This all folds up. This gets tucked under there, and then it stands like this so that your recipient can stand it up on their mantle and display it. Okay, and then the last one we did is this one. We did a little heat embossing. Again, everything is cut for you. Even the angle cuts, it's all cut for you. So all you have to do is assemble, and then this one opens like this. Okay? So what do you think of all of these projects? Let's put a bunch of these out here. Don't you just love this designer paper? Oh my gosh. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning. Love it, love it. Look, the pile just keeps going here. Wow. Okay, So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 different samples for you. Oh, somebody sent me hearts. Thank you so much, whoever you are. It's not letting me know who's here. I'm so sorry. Thank you for joining me. Okay, you guys, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy holiday season. I will see you next Friday at 2 p.m. again for our Live on Friday. In the meantime, go online, check things out. If I can help you at all, please reach out to me. I love to help you. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.